There are moments in military training that never make the headlines. Moments that happen long before the cameras arrive. Moments when exhaustion, pressure, responsibility, and emotion collide in complete silence. For Princess Leonor, Spain's future queen, every step of her military journey has been watched by millions. Every salute, every uniform, every ceremony has been photographed and analyzed. But what happens when no cameras are around? What happens when the future queen reaches her breaking point? Today, we're exploring one imagined emotional moment inspired by the realities of demanding military training, a story about pressure, resilience, and the human side of a young woman preparing for an extraordinary future. Before we begin, remember to like the video, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what quality you admire most about Princess Leonor. Now, let's begin. Military life is designed to push people beyond their comfort zones. Sleep becomes a luxury. Comfort disappears. Every mistake becomes a lesson. Every challenge is another test. Princess Leonor knew this before she ever put on a military uniform. She had watched generations of Spanish royals complete military education. She understood what was expected. But knowing something is difficult and actually living through it are two very different experiences. By the time she reached naval training, the demands had become even greater. Life aboard a training ship is unlike anything most people ever experience. Long hours, changing weather, strict discipline, constant movement, little privacy, and endless responsibilities. For ordinary cadets, that is already overwhelming. For the future queen, the pressure is multiplied. Every instructor knows who she is. Every fellow cadet knows history is watching. Every success becomes news. Every mistake risks becoming a headline. Imagine carrying that weight every single day. Not because anyone reminds you, but because you remind yourself. According to those familiar with military education, one of the greatest challenges isn't physical strength. It's mental endurance. Learning to keep going when every part of your body wants to stop. Learning to think clearly while exhausted. Learning to lead even when you're uncertain. Those are lessons no classroom can teach. Picture an especially demanding day at sea. The wind is stronger than expected. The schedule has already fallen behind. Everyone has been working for hours. The cadets move quickly across the deck, following instructions without hesitation. Every rope must be secured. Every task completed. Every order answered immediately. Mistakes aren't punished because someone is important. They are corrected because everyone must learn. Princess Leonor is treated as a cadet, not as a princess. That is exactly what military training is supposed to accomplish. For perhaps the first time in her life, titles matter less than teamwork. Respect must be earned, not inherited. As the day continues, fatigue begins to settle in. Hands become sore, muscles ache. The sea refuses to cooperate. The weather grows colder. No one complains. Everyone keeps moving, because that is what soldiers and sailors do. But even the strongest people have limits. Not physical limits, emotional ones. Sometimes it isn't one difficult task that becomes overwhelming. It's hundreds of small challenges piling on top of each other. Days away from family, constant expectations, the realization that millions of people are discussing your every move, the awareness that one day an entire nation will depend on your judgment. That kind of pressure can become incredibly heavy. Imagine a quiet moment after the day's training. Most cadets are cleaning equipment. Some are checking supplies. Others are preparing for tomorrow. Princess Leonor finally has a few moments alone. She looks across the endless ocean. No crowds, no reporters, no ceremonies, just silence. And in that silence, the emotional weight finally catches up. Perhaps tears begin to fall. Not because she wants to quit. Not because she regrets her decision. But because she finally allows herself to feel everything she has been carrying. The responsibility, the expectations, the sacrifice, the uncertainty. Sometimes crying isn't a sign of weakness. Sometimes it's proof that someone has been strong for far too long. Military instructors often say resilience doesn't mean never struggling. It means continuing despite the struggle. That lesson applies to everyone, even future queens. Imagine an instructor noticing her emotional moment. Instead of embarrassment, there is understanding. No dramatic speech, no special treatment, just a simple reminder. Tomorrow starts early. A quiet message saying something important. Everyone has difficult days. The important part is showing up again tomorrow. History is filled with leaders who experienced moments of doubt. Many admitted years later that they questioned themselves. Some cried, some failed, some wanted to give up. What made them remarkable wasn't perfection. It was perseverance. Princess Leonor's military education appears designed around exactly that principle, preparing someone not just to wear a uniform, but to understand service, to understand sacrifice, to understand discipline. Leadership isn't learned from speeches. It's learned from experience, sometimes painful experience. Public appearances often show confidence, straight posture, perfect uniforms, carefully rehearsed ceremonies, but real growth happens far away from cameras. It happens during difficult mornings, cold nights, long exercises, unexpected setbacks. Those moments never become official photographs, yet they shape future leaders more than any public event ever could. Perhaps that is why military service remains such an important tradition. It teaches humility, it teaches patience, it teaches responsibility, lessons impossible to fake. Imagine returning to training the next morning. The same uniform, the same instructors, the same demanding schedule. No one mentions yesterday, no one needs to. The lesson has already been learned. Strength isn't pretending difficult moments never happened. Strength is continuing anyway. Princess Leonor joins the rest of the cadets. She works, she learns, she improves, exactly like everyone else. And perhaps that quiet determination earns even more respect than effortless success ever could. The Spanish public has watched Leonor grow from a young princess into a confident heir to the throne. Each stage of her journey has brought new expectations. School, official speeches, international visits, military academies, naval training. Every experience adds another layer of preparation. Not because becoming queen is easy, but because history has shown how demanding the role can be. One day, difficult decisions may depend on lessons learned during these years. Lessons about teamwork, responsibility, patience, resilience, even emotional resilience. If there truly were moments when Princess Leonor felt overwhelmed during training, they would not diminish her achievements. They would remind us that behind every royal title stands a human being. Someone who experiences fear, fatigue, homesickness, pressure, and determination. Those qualities make leadership more authentic, not less. People often admire leaders who never appear vulnerable. But history frequently remembers those who faced vulnerability and continued moving forward. That is courage. Military service is ultimately about transformation. Young cadets arrive with different backgrounds, different personalities, different strengths. Over time, they develop shared values: discipline, commitment, respect, service before self. For Princess Leonor, those lessons may become some of the most valuable preparation she ever receives before one day becoming Queen of Spain. Because crowns can symbolize authority, but character earns trust. Perhaps the most powerful image isn't a princess standing perfectly during a ceremony. Perhaps it's the imagined moment when she quietly wiped away tears, stood back up, and returned to training. No applause, no headlines, no audience, just determination. Sometimes those unseen moments tell us more about a person's future than any public celebration ever could. Whether sailor, soldier, student, or future queen, everyone faces moments when the journey feels overwhelming. The difference is what happens next. Do you stop, or do you keep going? If Princess Leonor's military journey teaches us anything, it's that true leadership isn't built on perfection. It's built one difficult day at a time, one challenge at a time, one lesson at a time, and sometimes, one tear at a time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think is the most important quality Princess Leonor is developing through her military training? We'd love to hear your opinion. Until next time, thanks for watching.